Stories has been a favorite for children and adults alike for years. And now the highly anticipated sixth and final book, Worlds Collide, is about to be released. But for the author, it's just the beginning.
That is absolutely right. He'll be making his directorial debut as he brings his series to life on the big screen. Plus, you know him and you love him as Kurt from the hit show Glee. Seriously, the big question is, what can this man do? Please welcome Chris Colfer.
I know. Listen, everyone is so excited to see you clearly here, Chris. So we're excited to have you on our couch for sure.
It's very mutual. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So Worlds Collide. It is the conclusion to the Fantasy Kid series, The Land of Stories. Tell us about this latest novel.
So the series is about a pair of twins named Alex and Connor, and they go on adventures in the fairy tale world, they go on adventures in classic literature, and they go on adventures in their own writing. And Worlds Collide, the finale, is where all these worlds collide, and it just comes spit out of the New York Public Library.
Nice. So you've got a really passionate young fan base, and they make a lot of artwork.
Yes, they do.
Based on your novels.
Yeah.
And then, Chris, they send you that
They do.
artwork. What do you do with it? Where do you put it all?
I'm really like a hoarder when it comes to it. My assistant gets so frustrated with me because I want to keep everything. And it got to a point where I actually had to move because I had so much
You're kidding.
stuff. Well, I'm exaggerating. But yeah, that's
Wow.
maybe, you know, that's my office at home, and that's probably a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of the stuff. So yeah,
awesome.
I like to keep it.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Now, you said you were born wanting to be a storyteller, and you've entertained people via acting and writing since you were really young, like
Yeah, I
7
just
or
wouldn't
8.
shut up. So
But you also said it was an escape from reality. Tell me a little bit more about that.
yeah, when I was growing up, my younger sister, Hannah, had a disability. She had a very rare form of epilepsy, which caused her to have 50 seizures an hour. So things got really tough when I was a kid, and I really used the Land of Stories when I created it as a way to escape for me as a kid. And so I would write about the characters here and there, you know, doctor's appointments and whatnot. And I fell in love with it, and I became obsessed with the world and promised myself that I would get it published one day.
Oh my.
That's incredible. Look at you. You know you're really, really close to your grandma.
Yes.
But as we understand it, she was also your first editor.
Yes.
How tough a critic is grandma?
So when I was a kid, I would write stories, and I would bring them over to my grandma, and if she liked it, she'd keep it in a pile. She'd correct my spelling and my grammar and all that. And if she liked it, she'd keep it in a pile. But if she didn't like it, she'd crumble it up and throw it away.
Oh my God.
And say, "Christopher, you can do better."
Oh,
Right?
wow.
And she was right.
It worked.
Yeah, and so this is my my 13th book that's being published, and to this day, my grandmother is the worst editor I've ever had to work with. Yeah.
And you've recently announced that the first book is being turned into a movie. And not only that, you're writing the screenplay, you're directing it, and you're executive producing it.
Yeah.
That is, here's the thing, that's a lot of creative control over the project. But does that much control make you nervous, or will it actually, do you think, be easier because it's just you?
Oh, I haven't slept since it's been announced. Honestly, no, it's so crazy to be congratulated everywhere I go for something that hasn't happened yet. I feel like that kind of adds a little bit of pressure. I'm like, this would not work at NASA. You know, people don't get. You know, but yeah, no, it's in some areas I'm oddly confident about it, and in some areas I'm very nervous about it. But I mean, I've been around for a while, so I know what to expect when it comes to production. But I'm just so excited. It really is it's really like a drug every time I think about it, because I get so hyped up on it.
And you can sleep when you're older.
I
So
just
yeah,
think
sleep.
older, right.
Okay, so is it too early to ask questions like dream cast for this movie?
Well, I mean, I would love for Meryl Streep just to play everything. But no, I mean, I'm very looking forward to those conversations, and I would hate to say who my dream person is for this and this if I have to settle for someone else. I've been the guy that people have settled for, so I don't want to do that to anybody.
Well, you are extremely prolific. You've essentially written a book a year since you first started your series. So I want to know, what is your secret? Do you have any tips for aspiring writers?
Oh, I don't really have a process. I have more of a cry for help. And that's, I really just, I kind of, I lock myself away, and I you know, I turn off my phone. I don't look at TV. I do it until it's done.
Do you like a page count a day or a word count a day?
I try to do a word count a day because I have like a formula, a weird formula for the Lance Stories books that I know, like, you know, 1,000 words equals 5 pages. So I like to make you know, I'm on track for it to be the same length as every book. So I'm a little manic when it comes to that. But yeah, I don't have a process, but I think that's my process. It's not sticking to anything. I think you can be a little bit more creative in that way.
So we're called The Social, so we're obviously checking you out everywhere on social media. So I noticed not too long ago you posted a Woman Crush Wednesday of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. And on one of her Welsh ponies, so I love you even more.
I mean, she's 90, 91, 92, and she's on a horse. I mean, my God.
That's right.
Like, love that woman. Oh, incredible. Yeah.
So are you like a secret royalist or monarchist?
I'm a huge royalist. Yeah, I have all the mugs. I have all the I have the little wind-up toys. Yeah.
Skin.
You yourself? You
join the tribe. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite royal?
I don't want to say it on national TV. So what I'm going to say is the diplomatic thing. They're all my favorite.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Speaking of social media, though, what is your policy when it comes to how much you share, how much you don't share? Because you're the generation that kind of lives. Like I always like to say, if it's not on social media, it didn't happen. I mean, what's your motto?
I don't know. I feel like if it's on social media, you're not happening.
Oh wow, that's so big.
Is that
it just blew my mind.
Thank you. Thank you. I just.
Whoa. Let's think about that. Let's think about that.
I gotta come here more often.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I also like, because I love storytelling. I love a good mystery. So like, I tend to post things like, you know, to promote things that I'm doing in here, but I take pictures of my cat napping and my you know, throwing my dog, but I try to keep my personal life personal and not, you know, not mix the two. You know, it's hard to do, but I try.
But you do it
Yeah.
well.
Thank you.
You do it well.
Wow, unbelievable. Well, we want to thank you. This has been an absolute pleasure of ours to have you here. Thank you. So let's tell everybody, Worlds Collide, the latest novel, Worlds Collide, will be out on July 11th. Mark that down. It's going to be big. But, you know, we want to get you going and get you started at home with your own copy of the very first book in the series, The Wishing Spell. So, studio audience, that's we're going to see you right after this break.